Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about Wikidata, which is a structured database that provides information to Wikipedia and other Wikimedia projects. Specifically, I want to talk about the Wikidata Notability policy because I think there's a lot of confusion about what kinds of items are allowed and what kinds are not. So the goal of this video is to help you learn what can be put on Wikidata so there's a better chance of your item being kept. We're going to take a look at the notability policy, as well as some example items, and then I'm going to share how you can update or create items that have a good chance of being kept. So let's dive in here and take a look at the policy. As you can see, this is an official policy. That means it's a widely accepted standard that all editors should normally follow. Also note that the info below is intentionally left vague. In case there's disagreements, items get put on requests for deletions, where other community members can place votes. As you can see here, like keep and delete votes, and the community gets to decide what happens to the items. The first point to this policy is that every item should contain at least one valid site link to a page on Wikipedia, Wikivoyage, Wikisource, Wikiquote, Wikinews, Wikibooks, Wikidata, Wikispecies, Wikiversity, or Wikimedia Commons. That means there has to be a page on one of these other projects that the item on Wikidata links to, or it must refer to an instance of a clearly identifiable, conceptual, or material entity that can be described using serious and publicly available resources, or it fulfills a structural need. For example, it is needed to make statements made in other items more useful. So for example, you could have an item that links to another item, basically within here. Let's just pick a random item here. For example, you may have an item like this that links to another item. For example here, okay, this links to another item, as you can see. So because of that link, because this one links to the other one, that makes this item notable because there is another item that links to it. And then as for point 2, it requires publicly available and serious references. So if we just look at our example item here again, it's referenced, it's stated in the Europe PubMed Central, and there's references for a bunch of these different statements in here. So those are another requirement that a notable item must have. There's a couple other random things, but this is basically the main policy. And there's some other information about the site links that it must have. But let's just look at a couple of new items that I just happened to come across that definitely don't follow the policy. And I just want to show you those as an example of some items that I see. So for example, we have this item. I'm not going to try to pronounce this, but there's no site links. So technically this could even be deleted as an empty item. But stuff like this gets created very frequently, and it clearly does not meet the policy. Another problem is companies, like this one for example, which create items just for the sole purpose of promotion. If we look down here, there are some statements, but none of them have any references. And as you can see, they put their website here, and it's clearly just created for promotion. There's no site links, no references, there's no other items that link to it, so it also does not meet the notability policy. And there's thousands of items like this, and they get created constantly. But the problem is, items like this are going to get deleted very quickly. I hope this video is helpful to you by showing what kinds of items are allowed and what kinds are not. If you have any questions or comments, please just drop a comment below and I'll do my best to reply to everyone. Thanks for watching.